I received this file. And this file is a little bit weird, right? Like, it looks kind of suspicious. Let me show you. It is a Windows executable file called help me, and I don't know, if we take a look at the properties here, it just looks kind of sketch. It is digitally signed, it has native USA ink, and I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I guess we're gonna go find out. Native USA ink, 105 River Ave in Lakewood, New Jersey, in the United States. I think that's real, I don't know. But look at the details here. The copyright is copyleft, Simon Technology Ltd, and the language is English United Kingdom. I want to take a closer look at what this file is, so I am inside of Remnux, the reverse engineering malware Linux distribution, and I've hit Ctrl-Alt-T to open up my terminal, and I made a directory for this thing just called sus, and here it is. Here's my helpme.exe, about 1.5 megabytes, and we could just run the file command to take a closer look at what it is, and it is just a Windows executable, looks like x86 or the 32-bit architecture, and that's the gist. You could open this thing up in like PEBear or PEID or Detect It Easy or some of those other hey quick file reconnaissance tools, and maybe we should do that. But I just want to take the lazy route. Let me just look at like the plain text strings inside the binary. You could use strings to do this, but I'll use something a little bit better, floss. Here, floss is included within Remnux, so we could just pass that as an argument, and this is it. Here's some more of the copyleft Simon Technology, and that enative.com. We could take a look at this, but oh, hey, take a look. Auto IT script, auto IT3. Ooh, is this an auto IT binary? Auto IT error, auto IT detected this. Okay, so there are a lot of references to auto IT. Floss looks like it is giving me some errors here. So let me just run strings on that and let me grep for auto IT. TAC-I for case insensitive. There it is. Hey, this is a third-party compiled auto IT script. Now, in case you aren't familiar, auto IT is a whole programming language to automate just using your computer, like regular Windows. You could manipulate the mouse, the keyboard, you could work with different windows that you have open. It's basically a whole lot of graphical user interface programmatic operations just bundled up into a script. It's actually really cool, by the way, but it can get a little bit sinister. Like, a whole lot of malware is oftentimes bundled up in auto IT and then compiled to be like a flat standalone Windows executable. The thing is, a whole lot of these auto IT binaries can actually be sort of like decompiled or reversed back to their script. You can find a whole lot of these resources online. I think there is like an exe to AU3, and AU3 being the file extension for auto IT files. I think there's one called like my-aw3exe. This one I really like. It's called Auto Ripper, and you can actually use it as a Python library. It is a Python script that allows for the extraction of compiled, quote-unquote, auto IT scripts from PE executables. They do include some references here if you kind of wanted to dig into how this all comes together, and it's pretty slick, but look, depending on the version of the auto IT interpreter and the script and how it was compiled, hey, you might end up doing different things for how you decompile it or pull it back to its script representation. But it's super duper easy to install. We can just pip install the library, and then maybe you could use the GitHub source. You could work with it in your own code, in your own script, and actually, if you specify the version, it'll go ahead and use that, but if you don't supply it, then it'll just try both versions and kind of rip this thing out. You can run it from the command line, so quick and easy, let's do it. Let me paste this in to pip install the auto IT ripper in Python, and now I can just simply use the auto IT ripper. Like, I can tab autocomplete, you can see it here, and we'll pass in our helpme.exe file, and it looks like it still needs an output directory that just follows that last argument. So hey, let's just slap it into out. How about that? Looks like it didn't work with the EA05 version, but whoa, okay. Here's the script.au3 and killwatchdog.exe. DWI setup, it gets, what is all this? Moving to that directory, we can see what we're working with here. Let me go ahead and run file on all of those, and that's a little bit of big text, so let me scroll down. Okay, so dwinsb is another executable, and it's just flat, regular Windows 32-bit GUI representation. There's getserial.exe, and that's a .NET assembly. Ooh, we could crack that open. Killwatchdog.exe, and there's some source code, the AU3 original auto IT script, and setup 3, setup 4, 5, 6. What is this? Oh, another one's a .NET assembly. I'm gonna go bring these all back to the Windows machine, and oh, look at this. So I have Auto IT installed inside of this virtual machine, but setup 4 looks like it needs admin privileges, and that's config Windows 2000 DDK provider. Setup 5 doesn't have any details. Setup 6, sketch. There's the Auto IT v3 script, we can dig into that, but kill watchdog, get serial, that's a just regular console application. DWIN-SB is company Simon Ltd and setup 3. Okay, what is this Simon thing? What is this e-native that we keep hearing about? Let me go Google that. Still, I'm not super sold as to what the heck this all is. It still just gives me the heebie-jeebies, so at the very least, I am going to turn on a VPN. In fact, hey, can I tell you a little bit about Proton? Email compromise is a constant threat within today's cybersecurity landscape. Your inbox contains personal details about your life, so you don't want this to be in the hands of hackers or email providers that are tracking you. Proton Mail is an easy way to protect your privacy with end-to-end encryption so no one, not even Proton, can read your messages. And Proton Mail blocks marketing trackers and malware and protects you from common threats like spam, phishing attacks, and spoofing that can compromise your account. Proton is based in Switzerland, where all of its over 100 million accounts benefit from some of the world's strongest privacy laws. Founded in 2014 by scientists who met at CERN, Proton's mission is to build a better internet where privacy is the default. Alongside the end-to-end encrypted email, Proton provides easy-to-use encrypted calendar, file storage, VPN, and a password manager, all built on the principle of your data, your rules. Personally, I use Proton Mail for communication that I want to remain private, and when doing security research, Proton VPN is my preferred choice for browsing privately and anonymously. Get privacy by default with Proton and stop other companies from exploiting your data. You can get started with Proton for free with my link below in the video description, proton.me/John. Huge thanks to Proton for sponsoring this video. I'll go ahead and connect to like the Netherlands or something. And I actually really like Proton VPN because it's like a good VPN. Okay, so what were those companies? We had a Simon Ltd and the like e-native thing. Yeah, the properties for the original Help Me binary. And we should fire that up. Yeah, Native USA and all that. What is that? Simon Ltd. Yes. Yeah. I'm good with that. Which of these is Simon.co. Here's an About Us section. What is this page? What is this font? Yeah, fine. No, actually, I don't want you to have my cookies. We provide flexible IT services. Lorem ipsum dollars. They're just using the lorem ipsum text. What is this? Our leadership team. Are these real pictures? Some of these look real. Some of these do not look real. Rudy Wilkin? That guy just looks like an actor. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offending a person if this is a real thing, but what is this? They're just copy pasted here. What's the homepage look like? We filter the World Wide Web with kosher text for small and medium businesses. This is really hard to look at. Award ceremony, lorem ipsum. Simon Technologies is an ISP authorized by the Israeli Ministry of Communication. Oh, is that true? You got lorem ipsum text everywhere, guys. Lorem ipsum. What is this? It's all placeholder text. Is this real? Our services, digital services. This is just copy pasted over and over again. About Us. All right, what is this native thing? They have that as a link here. The e-native USA or the e-native. This is not a language that I know how to read. I think this is Hebrew. Is that Hebrew? I'm pretty sure that's Hebrew. Again, forgive me. I don't know if I'm not trying to be incorrect or slighting anyone. This is just not my realm here. Okay, this still looks sketch, first of all, but look, we haven't done a whole lot of like real digging yet. So let me get back to Remnux, or even actually, let me pop these in Flare just to see what the detected easy returns on all these different binaries. And we could fire up the IL spy if we wanted to look at that .NET assembly. Okay, my goodness, it has been a long time since I've opened up Flare. I got a lot of random stuff on the desktop. What is this? Free Minecraft? Akira ransomware just hanging out? Oh, Move It exploitation stuff? Good. I'm glad to be home. Let me make a new directory for our good friend Help Me, apparently. Open that up and let me just bring these files in. Paste those all in, and let's get Detected Easy rolling. I think I had the most recent version. Yeah, okay, here's the portable rendition of DIE. I'm going to drag in the original Help Me version. Okay, and it detects it is auto IT with a couple of compilers here, and an overlay is in the mix. Can I extract stuff out? Well, I mean, we've already extracted mostly everything that we need. What about that Kill Watchdog? DWIN-SB was the one that was also weird. Get Serial, VBNet. Can we like extract that? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking, and I would love to get schooled if folks are familiar. This is an installer, I think. Setup 5 is another. Oh, UPX packed another auto IT compiled script like inside of it. Or is that what this already is? Maybe we could probably dig into that one a little bit more. Setup 6 has .fuscator on it, so that's one of the other sketchy .NET assemblies. We could kind of drive into that. But let me get into auto IT. We could very easily fall down the rabbit hole here, but let me at least focus a little bit for this video to see what that AU3 script is. And this is some of the syntax for Auto IT. Again, if you're using Sublime Text as your text editor, of course, if you want to install a package with Control-Shift-P, you can actually set up an Auto IT like syntax highlighter. If I go ahead and search for Auto IT script, that's the one. I'll go ahead and install that, and then I should be able to set the syntax to that. I type in Auto IT, hello? Here it is. Yeah, set syntax Auto IT script. I just needed to reopen the command prompt. Now we get a little bit better color, and we can kind of get an idea as to what the heck this thing does, or at least one component of it, apparently. And there's a lot of nonsense here. Like, this looks like noise. This looks like just obfuscated stuff to try to have zero intelligible things to understand here. Like these single letter variables, or these like 2 character long variables. Dude, I would just pass this to ChatGPT, but how big is this script? How long is this? Oh my gosh, it's like 6,000 lines. Oh, they do some DLL, like Win32 API function stuff. Okay, so they're grabbing some other functions to do some shady stuff. Let's get back to where we were though, because maybe some of this is legible, and I don't want to spend all this time trying to like deobfuscate and unravel this Auto IT script. They pull in some encrypt functions though. Is this ransomware? No. A lot of these just stupid, pointless variables that, I mean, could very well be used for something, but why do these exist? Oh, we pull in win HTTP and grab a couple functions to be able to make requests, HTTP connect, scheme, name, length, etc., etc. That pass in like username and password to make this some of the communication there. Some stuff to probably ignore certificates, or this is weird. It looks like it has capability to like deal with forms. Like HTTP or an HTML form. You can see it like trying to check the different kinds of like HTML elements. What is this? Zip FLDR and some registry keys for like CLS ID handlers. Oh, temp directories for help me log and help me decoded.log. eNative, maybe arguments like tax silent after reboot, starting after reboots. What is this? It like steals a bunch of the details from the computer name, OS edition, exe full path, the command line version, desktop path and download folder. And then there's GUI mode and silent mode. Sketch. Okay, Auto IT errors still in the mix. And this is the download for native4.exe. That's on that enative.com website that we were just kind of looking at, right? And there's more Hebrew. Okay. Does that URL like genuinely offer the download for like whatever binary or something that it might be trying to stage, this native v4.exe? Oh yeah, okay. That's what it does. We could like try and translate some of this text to get a better understanding here. What is deep freeze? Stages us.dat. US.dat file exists, so help me running as USA mode. US file not exist, so help me running as Israel mode. Are your only like customers and clients in the US and Israel? These look like English strings that would probably match what would be the Hebrew ones. Or again, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm saying the right or the wrong thing there, but it's just not my thing. Oh, here's it trying to use dwins.exe that we knew was included here. Random number is, user is not administrator, internet connection is authenticated. If I could only hope for one thing in life, I hope to be authenticated. kgen.aspx, what is that? Let's just open this in Remnux. kgen.aspx failed. Okay. Tell me everything.text. Sketch. Out error new.log. Yankee test log. What is this? I don't want to drag you through this, but this is the native kosher internet, and I cannot tell. Like, I genuinely, and I am not sure, and I'd love to ask you, is this legit? Is this real? Like, it sounds like a actual product with some weird strange website with lorem ipsum text, which normally would tell me, okay, it's a scam, okay, it's malware, okay, it's staging something malicious. This whole thing looks like a disaster. Extract kill watchdog file for uninstall watchdog in 3 method? What? We gotta go look at what the heck those things are. We gotta like slap those into VirusTotal. Does anyone else know what these things are? Bo eNative reset 42? Killing a lot of services over there with the good old SC delete. NetSH WinSock reset. That just doesn't sound like things that should be happening with your program. All right, let me get to VirusTotal here. Let me go ahead and choose some of the files. for sus helpme.exe. Has anyone else seen this original executable file that we started with? Oh, yeah. Okay, 8 security vendors are saying that's not good. Popular threat label is Trojan. What are they flagging on, though? Is that, like, just because it's auto IT? Yeah, here's Thor, Florian stuff kind of in the action here. And, like, you could detect, sure, it is auto IT script by looking at the Yara rules if you wanted to. Like, you can obviously signature that, just like we saw with the strings here. And they, of course, have the suspicious.net obfuscator that we saw, and the potential, like, VB script. Here it is, VBS script obfuscation. Let me upload another one. Let me go in here and let's get my dwinsb.exe. Let me go ahead and upload that. That only has one security vendor pulling it, and that's Cybereason. They're saying it's probably fine. Was analyzed 4 years ago, though. Are there any of the interesting details here? If we really wanted to, we could open that up in IDA or Ghidra or try to like disassemble it and make a little bit more sense of it. But let me just use like strings or floss and see if there's anything interesting in here. Usual, I don't know, certificate stuff. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Looking for native directories. Okay, it still looks like it's all part of this thing. Here, I piped the strings to less because my terminal size wasn't big enough to be able to keep track of all that history. And I know, look, this isn't interesting. Looking at strings is just not something that could really give you a whole lot of value. But here's wd install and sc.exe csware.sys.win7. What is this? Anti-spyware detected. Firewall detected. Antivirus detected. What? Anti-iLabs, anti-onlab? Why is there a big long listing of like AV technologies of Vira? Is it just trying to determine these or cat these? Like figure out what these are, enumerate them? ESET, FRISC, F-Secure, GData, Microsoft malware protection, Panda's in there, Norman. What? This is how many of these are there? Is it like trying to iterate either to check if it's running and then bail out like a detection capability? Is it just trying to max secure max spyware detector, spyware detector.exe, anti-spyware? I think it's trying to avoid being caught as spyware because it is spyware. This is virus total for the getserial.exe that was included here. Just about 3 entries on that. Kill Watchdog. Let's see that one set up. Oh, that is 0. Seemingly good. No security vendors are whining about that. And not to say, look, a clean thing in virus total is like genuinely 1,000% clean. You can't say that. But at least with an extremely cursory check of like just virus total, nothing else, it seems okay, right? Setup, also fine. Yeah, I know, virus total. Look, I'm not a robot. Trust me, I'm sorry. There's just a lot of stuff I want to look at. No! How many of these motorcycles do I have to click on? Come on. All right, I've been doing CAPTCHAs for many minutes, and I'm gonna rage quit. We're done. We're done. We're done with virus total. If it doesn't let me through, we're done.
I am not a robot. I'm not. I promise you, not a robot.
It keeps making calls to eNative for like document removal and a lot of stuff. Like, we can slap this into like a dynamic sandbox if we want to see this thing in action, but I don't know if it's just going to be like exfiltrating stuff like spyware. Like we saw, it would collect all the information about the computer and then just like pass it over with the WinHTTP library. Start last login date web. Username is this. Drive serial is this. You could get the URL request for the computer last login. Why would you ever need that? It's just got to be spyware. Get username. Support robot. eNative. They have registry keys for like Ninja RMM and Ninja One. They're reading the node ID or like that identifier for their RMM. Still feels pretty sketch. If Win exists eNative, this advertised application will not be installed because it might be unsafe. If that window exists, then activate that window and wait until it. Is that auto IT just like trying to roll through the process of it skipping its own like danger notifications, like the security alerts that say, hey, this could be bad, and just skipping them? Wait. Telegram send log function start. Forms that will submit to the Telegram API? That feels sketch. Okay, if there was nothing that was like definitive and kind of just was too weird, putting it on Telegram is especially weird to me. We've seen these before, though. Like, we've seen Telegram bots that, again, couldn't exfiltrate and pull stuff out. But I actually, like, a lot of folks try to let me know, like, you can do some stuff with that to see what the heck that bot has either received or seen. And I don't, I don't know, can we try it? So we have the URL and we can curl that based off of their authentication token. And I think it's like get me to see if the bot is up and running. Oh, yep. So it has the ID value. the description is help me reporter and username is help me report bot. Can I search for help me report bot? That was the name of it, right? Yeah, help me reporter. That was the name? Yeah, that was the name. Okay, so we can start a conversation with it and that happens. And now we could try to figure out like our chat ID for us. And then we could basically have it send a lot of the same messages that that bot has seen over to us. Does that work? I tried to Google this before, and you could use like another bot, like a raw data bot or something. Here, Telegram bot raw, and that will tell you like your chat ID. So we have our ID, we can copy that. So I think we can like stage forwarding a message. Like you can literally do that. You can forward message for the API, Telegram API. And then if we had like curl as we did, let's use tac K to go ahead and ignore the certificates. X to set the method type will be post. And then we'll pass in a header for the content type. Since we're playing with the API, content type should be application/JSON, right? And then we'll pass in the data, which should just be a string here, but we're going to use JSON inside of it. So curly braces and then escaping all of the strings that we might want to pass in. You can pass the chat ID as to who you want to send this to, and that should be my chat ID. And then the from chat ID, which should be the chat ID on the actual malicious thing, right? So let's go see. They pass in this L3 variable for their chat ID. Is that defined up above? It is. They have a chat L3 value, and I think we can use that. Paste that there. And then we need the message ID, which is just like a numeric representation. So you could actually just set this to like 1 and try to iterate or like look through all of the potential options, all the messages that could have been sent. And I think that's it. Then we'll of course add the actual URL and API key. So let's try that in our terminal. Okay, so I'm going to paste in this full command and I'll hit enter and then we'll see if we actually get stuff sent back over to us. Let me hit enter here. Bad request, message to forward not found. Okay, let's just try a different message ID value then. Can we do like 10? Oh God, oh my gosh. Oh my, what? What? The forwarded from help me reporter, help me.log, and that's it. There it is. Oh no. Okay, we got to redact just about all of this, but there's the computer name. You can see the host name here. This is Win7 Professional, their IP address way back down below. Oh, and you can see like all the communication back and forth with their eNative thing to get the username, and it's returned. Last login date is 2016, so this must be old. Oh, and now it's doing all the stuff that we just saw. Like these are the logs that it ended up just tracking in here. What is this? Why is this put out over Telegram? Can I like actually loop that though? Like a stupid 4i in syntax? It'll start at 11, I guess, and I don't know, go to like 1,000, and then we do, and then done, and it will just pull all of the logs that it has seen previously. Paste that in and try it out. Oh no. What the what? VB hide and seek.txt? PDF files? No. How much is there? Telegram keeps like scrolling me to the very top, but I want to scroll down and see all this stuff. I mean, I guess I could just let it go, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna see how far this does. The question I have though is how many of these are there? Like how many entries and how much stuff could you actually pull out of this? Wait a second, what the heck? Forwarded from deleted account and it sent me a thumbs up. Is that, did they like see this? Is this, it's still pulling stuff down, but I literally got a thumbs up. I wonder if it took it down. I wonder if it just nuked it. Unless like something else. Oh no, there's some new ones. There's some native team, deleted account. What does this say? Is this real? Because this looks, deleted account looks like a thing. Let me translate that. I'm like sketched out. What does that mean? You would look. Oh, no. Now I flagged the logs if it, wait, these are the messages that it saw and it received. So one of those, like those were genuine chat communications that the bot had seen and they're explaining to their team. Now it's logging whether it came from. So that thumbs up must have been like them just communicating amongst themselves in the like channel that the bot was in. Okay, I can't be doing this for much longer. We're pulling down like crazy amounts of files and this is just wild to me. I do want to know what these PDFs are. I'm going to slap and like a couple of their text files that aren't just the regular logs. Let me get back to a Windows VM, and I think I can paste these in. Okay. What is this VB hide and seek? Oh, that's just like genuine, straight up Visual Basic. Did they do this in the like sample that we saw? Because I know there were some, like, at least some references to VB stuff. I don't think I have the mental capacity to dig through that right now. But what are these PDF files? That's, real. This is scanned upside down, though. What about this thing? Another one? Native. These are like real. Why are these here? All right, we've pulled down like almost 900 of the 1,000 that we looped through, and I have no idea how many more of these that there could be. Because look, we had the bounds in a loop to pull stuff down, but like I'm not gonna try and figure out all of the things that's here, and this is just too weird. I feel like I gotta call it, because I know we didn't even like take a look at that .NET assembly, but look, we've already done some pretty wild and weird stuff, and I figure that auto IT snippet is worthwhile for your education, and some of those Telegram API bot message forwarding techniques in case that is worthwhile for you. Anyway, I don't know if this is actually spyware or whatever. It probably shouldn't be on Telegram, and it probably shouldn't have so much guards and obfuscation and weird shenanigans in the code for anti-spyware stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know this one was a little bit of a roller coaster, but I hope you thought it was cool and fun. And seriously, if you're doing some of that stuff, research and education and all, please do use a VPN or just some of the great privacy stuff that can help you keep you protected. And Proton is one great way to do that. You can check them out with the link in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.